Audio boys and girls, it's time for the Jeep Talk Show interview. And Natalie, it seems like I just saw you yesterday.
Yesterday, right? I wear a lot of black, so you know.
Oh, that makes sense. You damn it! I was going to start this off in a different way. I've got my camo Jeep Talk Show hat on, so yeah. I was gonna go native Texan on you. So I'm going to do a bit here. Okay. I'll do it from the top, but we'll still leave the first part in.
Okay.
Hi, boys and girls. It's time for another Jeep Talk Show interview. And this is Tony from Southeast Texas. In truth, in fact, this is probably more an East Texas accent. But my people, the McElroys, are actually from East Texas. So I'm told, because I'd meet somebody. It's an unusual last name. And I'd meet somebody and go, McElroy. I know some McElroys. They would always say, you couldn't shake a bush without a McElroy falling out of it. I want to know why McElroys are in the bushes. I can understand why, possibly. After seeing Back to the Future and Marty falling out of the tree.
McFly.
Yeah. So, and I think I've mentioned this before. Josh, who is up in Northwest the United States in Oregon, he was always surprised that I didn't have a Texas accent. I think I still do, but I think for the most part I don't.
That was the most I've heard you get a little twang on. I mean, my Northern Kentucky accent, I think, is a little bit thicker than yours sometimes.
Oh, really? So I thought it was really neat whenever you guys interviewed Amanda, because she definitely has a Texas accent.
She does. I could listen to her talk all day.
Well, we're going to, because she has, this is a good time to mention this. She's joining the team. Let's
talk about it.
Yeah, she's joining the Chick Chat team. Yeah. So she'll be on the Chick Chat coming up on next Monday's show. It'll be her and Wendy talking about stuff, chick chatty stuff. And I'll just mention this. I've said it before. The thing that was the most impressive to me, not only that you guys just do such a wonderful job and have so much chemistry just from the very start, the stuff that you guys talk about is the same stuff that the Jeep men talk about.
Yes, and because we're all the same.
Yeah, and I think that's important to point out. It's still important for the women to be talking about it, because I'm sure I'm not the only one, and certainly not the only one from my gender and the other gender, that think it's going to somehow be different. And it's not. Exactly. We're all doing the same thing. We just need to make sure that people understand that we are all the same. We're enthusiasts about Jeeps. We're enthusiasts about going off road, and we can all do it together. You don't have to be fearful one or the other. You
don't. It's the one sport gender does not matter, and it's amazing. That's why I love it, I think, so much.
So if you sense a familiarity, this is your first Jeep Talk Show interview episode to listen to. If you sense a familiarity, Natalie is actually a host on the show, and she was on yesterday's episode, our Thursday Flagship 2 episode. And that's one of the reasons why we're making these jokes. So hopefully we won't have those side conversations, because we know each other so well after working together.
We do.
We're gonna do an interview here about SEMA, and I did not go to SEMA this year, but Natalie, you did. You went there with High Left Off Road. And,
it was my first one.
So like on the video that we shot while you were on the floor of SEMA. Let's get to the good stuff first. Tell us about the people that sought you out because of the Jeep Talk Show.
Well, it came to me later. I was so excited to hear about it. And hi, guys. So good to be here. Talk about my first SEMA 2024. Real quick, just in case anyone wants to know what SEMA stands for, that's something I didn't actually know until I started to get more involved, but it's the Specialty Equipment Market Association. And it encompasses all types of automotive, including... we have meetings with Amazon and eBay Motors. So it includes everything. So not just the vehicles, there's technology there too. So pretty cool, but we'll get into that. So I did, at first I got word from the Rockslide Engineering booth, because I was kind of home base there, because High Left Off Road was a third-party builder on a build that was there called The Gear. And there was another Natalie, one of the owners of Rockslide, Kevin Smith, his wife, Natalie, was manning the booth for a while. And so people were coming up and going, "Are you Natalie?" Because her badge, we all have badges, guys. And mine, of course, had some JTS swag going on. I had to have both, right? And they were like, "You're Natalie from JTS." And she's like, well, I kind of want to get her on the show now. I think she would really enjoy it. She's a talker.
That's gonna be irritating because you go, well, yes, I am Natalie, the one from the Jeep Talk show. No,
no, and she's blonde too. So we do. Hey, I'll take it. We took a photo together, and I was like, I do look like you, and I was the only one to say that. So thank you, Natalie, for holding it down. I appreciate it. But I did end up running to several of you guys, of you listeners, and I just can't appreciate it. We appreciate it so much. We want to hear from you. So actually seeing you in person and being able to talk about some of the episodes and just how you guys love where the show is going and where it's been and where we're headed, and it's just amazing. So thank you so much. We're not scary. Just come right up.
That's right. That's right. Mm-hmm. And also, too, your boss, Mike, was out there. And he actually got to hear an earful about Jeep Talk Show as well.
Oh, yeah. It was amazing. And I loved every second of it. I was like just really throwing it at him. And he was very proud. Very, very proud. He's very proud of what we do, Tony.
I hope I'm not saying this out of turn, but I was very impressed with this. Your dad actually was proud of you about listening or watching one of the episodes you were on.
Yeah, he was. It's nice, right?
It doesn't matter how old you are. If your parent is proud of you, it always means something. It does. And he seeks episodes out on his own sometimes, and that impresses me too. So yes, he and my mom both. And it is nice. It was very kind, very, very kind. Kind enough to where I told you, I was like, Tony, you're never going to believe this. All right. So SEMA, you were out there. Yes. High Lift did not have a booth. You guys were having a vehicle that you did with Rockslide Engineering or for Rockslide. And so you were manning that booth, but you were also too walking around a lot, meeting people and talking to people. Actually, you were doing business out there. Lots of business. So, we flew in on Monday. The show officially started Tuesday. And something I learned. So Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday it's closed to the general public. So you have to have certain badges that you wear. So mine said I was a buyer. I was part of the buyer market. And there were several marketing and media badges. Some of the JTS folks had those on. Which gets you different access than what I had, I found out. And I was a little jealous, Tony. The media passes get you everywhere. Let me tell you. And the media passes means you do not have to do the anal probing. So that's handy. If you might pardon the pun. Right? So handy. So it's nice that the show, and there's still thousands of people every day, but when Friday rolls around, wow. See, this is new. This hasn't happened whenever I was at SEMA before. It was closed to the public every day, including Friday. Gotcha. So they call it the Friday SEMA experience. And I think initially they were allowing the public in the parking lot to go around to stuff out there, but not inside. But now they can come inside now, right? They can. I think it's a good idea. It is. And the convention center has gotten bigger. It is quite the campus. I don't know how else to describe it. We would start in the West Building every day, taking the Tesla Tunnel or the Vegas Loop. I thought that was really, I just love that. So tell me the Tesla Tunnel. I thought that was some sort of gimmick that the Tesla had set up. It's not. So this is something that's there all the time. It is there, and they're expanding. So it started as this test run, test Tesla, it's connected to Resort World, which is set towards the end of the strip. When you're inside that resort, you can see directly across. Essentially, is the convention center. It's still quite a hike. Sometimes I would walk it. I walked a lot, over 30 miles. We figured out we walked within the week. So that's a lot for Natalie. I'm a Jeeper and a horseback rider, guys. I have things carry me. So anyway, absolutely. So, but I handled it. I did. So the Tesla tunnel, you take the escalators down and you go underground, and there's these Teslas that roll up, and they're very efficient. You buy your ticket for the week. It was $25 for the week. So Monday to Friday. That's great. Unlimited use every day. So as long as you had it wasn't a one-time scan each day, it was unlimited use. And so you get in this tunnel and it's one ways. So they're really narrow. It's almost like being an MRI machine, but they're also super bright colors, and they're made with a certain type of material. I guess it's it's environmentally friendly. So it wasn't like a concrete. It almost looked like plastic, to be honest, but I don't think it was, but so it was cool. A narrow, tight tube that you're going down this tube and you get to your destination. Were you afraid the doctor was going to slap you on the ass? A little bit, every now and then, because then all of a sudden it'd be dark and you crest over and there's daylight. And we did have drivers. So the goal
what the drivers were telling us is for it to be automated.
Yeah, full self-driving.
So far, self-driving, but so far it's not happening. I actually hope it doesn't, because every driver was super knowledgeable, very friendly, and it creates jobs. And they all love their job. They take so much pride in it, and they should.
So let me ask you a quick question. You go to get gas in your Jeep. And something happens, and on the screen it says "See cashier inside." Do you see the cashier, or do you go to another gas station?
You definitely go to another gas station.
So this is why I like full self-driving.
Right? Exactly. And I will say, we did find out there is a couple cyber trucks that are involved. They do fit, because I didn't think they would fit. Like these were like just the normal sedan style Teslas. They would hold 4 people. And we got, Javier and I were traveling a lot together. We would get started very early in the morning. So we'd get there around 8 a.m. down to the tunnel. Show doesn't start till 9, but we would get there early to start filming and get our plan together, get our maps together. But we always shared. We wanted to meet people, and we met people from all over. So that part was actually kind of fun. Because you just want to everyone wants to get over there, right? It's okay to share. I sat in the middle a lot, made a lot of new friends, where Javier sat in the front with good reason.
It's good too, because you had the high lift decking out of the high lift gear on you, and you show that off. Did a lot of people know about high lift? Did you get to introduce what high lift was?
I got to introduce, right? A lot of introduction. Some people knew who we were, some did not. We were there more in a capacity of what the other parts of the company does. So like our affiliation with Mopar. So I really got to see that firsthand and watch Michael work.
Oh, that's good.
It was really, really neat to watch all that and be able to, record from a distance, and, meetings that were happening around the gear Jeep, that we were that builder for that. And there's, all the heavy hitters guys in the industry were around this Jeep. And I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm hiding behind like the Tyree light booth is like caddy corner. So I'm kind of hiding over there and using the zoom lens on my gimbal and getting in there and getting some great content. So, just always creeping in the background, us media people.
So you let me know if this is not a good thing for us to talk about. But
I'll just say pass if we have to.
Yeah. Well, you may I may have to edit it. So the high lift connection, you being with high lift, you're on a part-time now, even though you put in a lot of hours. But
I do.
Come January, as long as you didn't screw up at SEMA, or overstep your bounds with Mike, January, you're going to be doing full-time high lift. So you seeing how Mike works in real life is really good, because you're going to have to be doing similar things, or pointing people towards him that will be a success. So this is really good, and probably one of the reasons why he wanted you out there to see how things work.
It is, and I learned, and I'm still very new to the automotive industry. Yes, Jeeping has been a hobby and a passion since I was 16, but now doing it professionally, I still have so much to learn. And I will say SEMA threw me right in to the deep end. And I actually came off a wheeling trip the day before I left. I was doing a 4-day wheeling trip, guiding and doing all, and hosting.
So the plane was your relaxing.
I was like, Mike, let's just cram it all in. Like, oh my gosh. So October 30th, I went down the Red River Gorge for a really large event that we have here, and hosted customers at a great house, cooked for them, guided, hung out with Carrie Porter and Polly from Discover 4x4 Adventure. They actually came out, and they were one of the sponsors of that event. And so they actually left on Saturday, late day, to make their way to Missouri. And then they flew out from Missouri to Las Vegas on that Monday evening. So we were all on a similar schedule. It was great.
Cool.
So,
and I'll just mention really quick, Carrie, I'm not sure if her husband's going to be on or not, but certainly Carrie is going to be interviewed by you and Janet, and it will be the November 25th interview and chick chat for that Monday. And it'll be your palate cleanser right before Turkey Day.
It will, for sure, guys. And we have a lot to talk about, because we're going to talk a little bit about SEMA. We're going to talk a little bit about the meet and greet that we just had here in Kentucky, and then all things Discover 4x4. So she has an amazing business, and I got to do some really cool things with her at SEMA, actually. So we did a leadership symposium. I love that big word, symposium.
Oh, it makes it sound fancy.
Yeah. So that was really something special that we got to do together, and learned a lot about each other. I'm actually glad. I wasn't sure if we should sit by each other at our table, and we ended up doing that. So glad we did, because we're around each other. We orbit each other, being on the East Coast, but never really get to immerse ourselves in each other.
Sometimes it's bad whenever you know somebody. It's comfortable and it's fun, but sometimes it's bad because that keeps you from mingling with other people you don't know. I mean, I'm certainly that way.
Yes, I can be too. I'm actually an introvert, despite what this looks like. I'm actually an introvert, guys.
And also too, I just want to make a correction, and you can correct me on this. You may not be years and years and years into the automotive industry, but from the things that we've talked about, and not you bragging, just talking about some of the things that you do, lining up vendors for events, making those conversations, calling them, talking them in. I mean, just talking them into doing things. Yeah. I think you do a really, really good job.
Thank you so much.
Just over a short period of time, based on what you were just saying, not being around doing this stuff for very long. So you may be an introvert, but you get your point across to people.
I try to, it's those facial expressions I make. So no, I really appreciate that, Tony. Thank you. And it's something I'm very passionate about, and I'm very passionate about High Lift and what we do. And I think that makes the job a little bit easier, right? When you're really passionate about something, and including JTS. That's why, I love doing this. So it's so much fun. I'm
starting to get used to the people really being associated with JTS because initially it was like, why do these people like what I'm doing?
I could see that though. Like, I get it. It was I kind of felt that way too when I first got started with you. And I was like, oh my God, are people really even going to listen? Like, why should they care? Well, people do care, Tony, and we're all into it.
I know.
We're here for it.
And also too, I'm very lucky there. I don't think we have a bad team member. We've just been I've been very fortunate. And anyway, so what was the thing that you were most surprised about at SEMA? Was there one thing and the most surprised
besides the Tesla tunnel?
The Tesla tunnel does sound cool.
Just so you guys know, they are expanding it to go to the airport. That is going to be a game changer. That will be $12 to go to the airport. So just so you know, it's taken off completely.
That's going to be a lot better than a shuttle. Those shuttles that you have to get on.
To wrap all that up about the Tesla tunnel, I know I'm focusing on it way too much, but it really was really awesome. So Vegas knows how to hold the Super Bowl and conventions, I swear. So you asked me what was
the most interesting thing or shocking thing or did you do any gambling while you were there? I mean, besides
oh my God, one time I lost $20 in literally 5 seconds. I didn't even know what I did. I just pressed a button. I guess I pressed it was horrible. I ended up leaving with 22 cents. I was like, I'm done. And I never went back. So a lot of other people gamble, but honestly, it was long days. I mean, and I'm so grateful, like I said, but it was long days. And the time difference, so I was on a 3-hour behind.
Now, the other thing, and you don't have to talk about specifics here, but the other thing that you did was you did SEMA all day long, and there was parties that were really meetings, ways of rubbing elbows with other big industry people that you did. Was that Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday that you did that?
Oh, yeah. So
I can imagine those were late nights too, because it wasn't on the SEMA floor. Yeah.
Yeah. And you're walking all day. I thought I am so cool. I'm wearing these boots that are with heels. I'm going to be awesome. That was my first day. Wish I wouldn't. I mean,
you knew better.
I handled it, but I do know better. And I don't know what I was thinking. Just because it's Vegas, I'm not immune to sore legs.
You look good in the heels. That's what you thought.
Tall,
that's what you thought.
Right? I had the walk going, like all the things. So the show runs from 9 to 5. But we were getting over there around 8 every day, 8 a.m. And then right after that, you have to, get back because then you have to get changed and you have your first quote party or meeting. Normally it started around 6:30, but even before that, have a quick appetizer with this person. And then you go get ready. Then, you have to go do this dinner too. But everything was a meeting, which I actually really appreciated that. I don't normally like making deals over food. That's not the Italian way, but that's how it was done out there. So,
I thought the Italians do a lot of stuff with food, with the big pastas. We do,
but we don't like to make deals over food.
Oh, okay.
We eat afterwards or, before, but we never make a deal while eating. It's one of those because you're very vulnerable while you're eating. So,
interesting.
Little tidbit there. Italian lore. But my first one was the Catskin party. But that was wild. You got a lanyard. That's how you got in. So everyone wore these really cool Catskin lanyards, and I realized what their logo is. It's a cow.
Is it leather?
Well, no. You think it would be it. I know, but they had they're famous for their little cows instead of ducks. And I didn't know
it could
that.
still be leather. This is a marketing thing. You need to talk to a marketer to marketer.
I know. The leather lanyard would have been awesome. But they have leather cows that they were putting on vehicles that featured their leather seats.
I remember whenever I interviewed Catskin, he was talking about the cows, and
it's a thing.
Yeah.
And every year is different. So this year was it was a space cow. So that was kind of a cool theme, but they've done like a cowboy cow, like all different ones. So a hula cow, like a Hawaiian cow. It's been going on for years, apparently. Sure. So people wait all year. What is the Catskin cow going to be? But they are featured in the gear build with the seats. So we're pretty excited about that with the gear logo in it. Javier and Stefan worked on that together. So really, really proud of Javier.
They do beautiful work. And I remember from the interview, you could put Catskin covers, and I don't mean the covers that you stretch over something. The stuff that's on your seats now is taken off, and the Catskin stuff that is made specifically for that seat is put on. Yes. And they actually recommend a upholstery installer to install it. Yep. You can do it yourself, but they have wherever you live. You guys?
High Lift Off Road does it. Yes. So Jake is he is an amazing. I watched him put it on with the gear build, and he did such an incredible job. Like he does our stereo install, he builds packages, like all the things. He's been doing this for a long time. He's our accessories guru, and he installed that.
He's got those special pliers that you need to pull.
Yes, and that's what he used.
Yeah,
yes,
yeah.
I didn't realize that, and that's what he was using. And I'm just watching, and I'm
it's not a difficult thing to do. It's kind of tedious. I've done it to my XJ, because you get the cover of the outside stuff after having it 20 plus years. It has a tendency to wear. So a buddy of mine gave me a seat. It was just like brand new. And I pulled the old one off and put the new one on, and it took a while, but it looks factory. So I reused the little metal hooks that holds everything down. So I didn't buy new ones of those. But anyway, enough about me. So let me ask you about this. If you know about this, I've heard that Catskin is no longer associated with Jeep. That Jeep is now using somebody else, and I forget who it is. Yeah. Okay. Well, I thought that might have come up. Yeah. That's what I heard. That's what I heard about somebody, from somebody else that's in the industry, not Catskin. So, and I was really surprised by that, because Catskin is really, really good stuff.
They are really good. And it's a very tried and true trusted brand. And, even just working with them, I'm super impressed. I don't have it in my Jeep, cause I run PRP seats, but, if I was in a different position, as in maybe like more mall crawling or whatever, talk about a high-end seat that you can do, and you keep your factory seat. That's the best part.
I found it very interesting that leather cleans up easier than cloth.
It does.
And I did not know that. That was one of the neat things about talking to Catskin in the interview. And you guys can just go to xjtalk.com and click the search, and just put in Catskin. It starts with a K, by the way.
It does.
So
KATZ. There's a Z in there.
Yeah. That's marketing.
It is
actually, I think it's getting a domain name, because all the other ones are taken.
Yes. That's so true. So true. But their quote party, I'm going to keep doing that, because it really was like meetings after meetings with loud music and tons of fun and laughing.
How was the food? I'm a big food person. Not surprising.
So, Tony, I'm the worst. I'm such a girl. I did not, like, at these parties, I was not eating.
You probably were doing it because of being a girl. And it's hard. It's embarrassing when you're talking with your mouth full.
Right. Like, oh my gosh. But they had it at the Elvis suite at the Westgate.
Thank you.
So it's essentially Elvis's old, like, where he used, like, it was like his condo, at the Westgate Resort. And it was incredible. Rooftop pool, all the things. It was very windy, very cold the night we were there. But I did hear that people did end up in the pool after we left. But everyone was there, from Off-Road and Chill and Light Bright to the CEO of Mopar, and Jeff is there from JPP. So it was pretty cool. Like, you don't realize it. And Tony with Steer Smarts, and you just did an interview with him, and I look over and I'm like, I know this face. How do I know this guy's face? Oh yeah.
Yeah. I think Jay was Tony Calavero. I'm sorry, Tony.
Yes.
And Jay with Steer Smarts, I believe, was there.
Yes.
And I think there was 5 people. If I remember right, they were trying to get 5 people out of the team there. So that was really cool. So what was I going to ask you about? Oh, so what was, and you may not be able to talk about this, maybe you can give us a hint. What was the biggest deal or opening to the potential biggest deal that you made while you were there?
Oh my goodness.
And you can say pass, you know.
So I'm going to say pass in regards to anything high lift off road, but I can talk about maybe like a personal big deal.
Sure.
So I can do that, but I can't. Stay tuned, everybody.
So people
like
find it interesting whenever you say, well,
yes,
you can't talk about it because it's big.
I know I can't, but it's big. Like there is big stuff coming, guys. And it's more of those, like Mike told me, he's like, are you buckled in? Because you got to hold on tight. Like it was that kind of week and it's still happening right now. So, but for me, I mean, honestly, the leadership day I did. So Wednesday was kind of like a break. So, I hit the media hard on Tuesday with Javier. We were going from booth to booth to booth and doing filming, and it was one takes. We were just doing one takes, 10 to 15 second, reels. Just really wanting to. Yeah. It was.
It's been good for us.
My first time.
Yeah.
Thank you. It was my first time really doing something like that, and he's great. So he's behind the camera and he's engaging with me. So it's like it's like you're following. It's like you're right there with us, right, walking along and bringing everyone these really cool brands. Like Best Top definitely had to me,
that was neat. I remember seeing that on one of your videos where they had the tent set out there.
The tent set up, and that's where you would have your meetings as buyers. You would go inside the tents, and they had really cool picnic tables set up, and essentially they put you on the Rubicon Trail. That was their views. So for me, they
weren't taking you home unless you made a deal.
Yeah, that's right. But the leadership day really affected me, I think, in so many positive ways, and really made me look deeper.
And you learned some stuff. So it was a good.
I did. I did. We talked about effective listening. Those exercises were really wild to me. And then about finding like your true values, like what are your core values? Like really, it's like some people will say, oh, it's health. Health is a core value. But if it's something that you compromise, like it's actually not, and that's okay too. It's okay to go off the wagon sometimes.
Of course, but you need to know. Value. You need to be honest with yourself to understand yourself.
And this was actually geared for women, but I raised my hand midway through and I put it out there to this massively large room full of women. I was like, I really feel like our bosses and men should be in here, because there was so many moments I wanted to blink Mike in or Javier or you, Tony. It's like everyone could have benefited from what we were doing. So, I love when there's women empowerment and women in leadership, but there are times I'm like, man, make it available to everybody.
Well, I think it's always the case that both sexes should be involved. But
I agree.
I know, at least I feel I know, that women sometimes don't listen, or they don't take it to heart if it's a man telling them how they should be and what they should be doing. So I see the value in it, but I get what you're saying as well. Yeah.
Yes. And that's where I got to see Teresa Contreras from Baja Forged. And it's cool because I met her over the phone a year ago, like next week, because we filmed a SEMA recap episode together before we were doing actual, live streaming. But I met her over the phone doing Jeep Talk Show and Chick Chat. And we talked for a while. And now she's like, I really hope you get to SEMA in 2024. And I said, that's my goal. And I did it. And I was really excited to be able to see her and be like, I made it. I'm here and I'm in your symposium. So, it was hard work to get there, but I'm glad I got to do it. So.
Yeah, that is really good. And she was a good interview for Chick Chat. Yeah.
Oh my gosh, she's great.
We started following her. Jeep Talk Show started following her on Instagram, and I see her doing. She has a show that she does.
She does, yeah.
That I've seen little clips on Instagram about it. So tell the folks what you're going to be doing for High Lift Off Road starting in January. I think you're still doing you're doing it now, but officially in January.
So right now, we brought me on part-time to do social media. It was supposed to just be like 8 hours a week doing some postings. That never happened. Just so everybody knows, it has been like 40 hours a week and doing more than just postings. So essentially my title is going to be public relations and marketing specialist, because we realized
So wait a minute.
We couldn't really.
So when Mike screws up and says the wrong thing, it's going to be your fault for letting him.
Oh, for sure. I'm already working on stuff like that with him. Like I call him, I joke, I'm like, your PR specialist is not happy with you. And I think that's how it all kind of like blossomed, was because I would make a joke like that. But, I'm helping coordinate all of our out trips from like our out west trips. I did San Hollow this year. I really took that leadership on and ran with it, from all the logistics with the rail cars and, the guest setups and things like that. And, I love that.
People are confused when you say rail cars. What were
Train cars.
Right. No, but even train cars. What did train cars have to do with logistics?
There is. So we ship our vehicles out. All
there
the Jeeps
you go.
are for our trips.
So you put them on a train, and
we put them on the train.
If anything was to be damaged on one of those high dollar Jeeps from High Lift, absolutely. So that's a lot of responsibility.
I love responsibility and pressure for some reason. It's that law background, So I'll be doing that.
A lot of people don't know this, but you're only 20 years old. So this is what the stress and pressure does.
Yes, this is what ring lights do. It's fantastic. Oh, yeah. So I really enjoy logistics, honestly, and Mike's really helped me really harness that now. And I've always done quote party planning, but now this is party planning on a whole nother level, from doing expos and running expos.
And you do trail, leading the trail off-road as well, don't you?
That's actually how I started. Like, that's how Mike met me. I was working with a group as a trail guide, and then I did the Bill Stein event and helped coordinate that. And now here we are. So, they've been very patient with me, and, I have a business with my dad, and it's a law business, and like, do you have a plan? Like, what's going on? Like, does he want to retire? And my dad's at that age a little bit, but he'll never retire. He shouldn't have to.
Right.
But we couldn't wait anymore. I couldn't wait anymore. So we're going to scale it back. This is a
wonderful opportunity, and it's going to be something that you're doing that you really love. Not that you don't love working for your dad or doing the law, but this is like having a hobby that you get to be paid for.
It is. And thank you for that, Mike. I really appreciate it. So and I love all my coworkers, and it's just, it's all really blossomed into such an opportunity, and I'm not going to say no. I've always called it the year of yes. That was 2023, and I moved that into 24, and here we go. So we'll see how it goes. Mike, hold on tight, because here we go.
So that's all really good. We got a little bit off SEMA, but I was curious about those things, and we've talked a little bit about it. So what is your wrap up takeaway from SEMA? How could you summarize the experience? First off, have you been to SEMA before?
I have not. So that was my first time. And I'm so happy I got to do it with Javier. So Javier was a late edition coming out. And I'm so glad Mike made that choice, because I think me being alone out there solo, like, because Mike was doing meetings without me.
You needed somebody to work the camera. Absolutely.
I did. And honestly, and he's been to so many SEMAs, and he introduced me to so many different cars that are out there. Perfect. So like, we're walking so the West Hall was a lot of like off-road and, trucks and things like that. But then getting into the North Hall, and then the South Hall and Central Hall, all these different halls were all different. Toyota really made a showing. I'm super impressed with Toyota right now. Woo, watch out, everybody, because if these concepts actually get made, wow. But same with the Jeep, Mopar Stellantis booth. I was super impressed there. There's a poison apple red Jeep that I just became obsessed with, and a new light bar system. I featured that. His name is Cole. He was there, and I had him actually discuss it. So the engineer and creator behind this concept of a new light bar for Jeep, and he was there. And I was like, oh, come here. You're going to talk to me.
Absolutely.
So it was so neat. And I need that thing. It splits into 3 different sections, and you can rotate it out. So then the lights are hovering over your wheels. And like, if you're out, and you brake in the middle of the night, you can see like in all different areas. So pretty cool. Check out the, on High Lift, Instagram. All the reels are on there, guys. I'd love for you guys to check them out, and they're good. And then also Maxxis was there. I got to give a big shout out to Maxxis. Their booth, Tony, they're so cool. So you got your hat on. I'm going to put mine on. They had their hat bar going on, and you could pick your patch.
That's right. I remember you telling me about that.
Super cool. And this one actually is SEMA specific. So it does say Maxxis and SEMA 2024 on it. Couldn't pass that up. So I did notice your hat. I was like, oh, well, I'm grabbing mine across the table.
Oh, the camo too. We didn't plan that.
We didn't actually. So that was, at one point on Tuesday afternoon, you started seeing all the Maxxis hats. And they were doing lanyards. So that was like the big thing. You go get your lanyard from your favorite, because you comes with just like a string. Oh, look at
that's an old
oldie but a goodie.
Yeah, old SEMA pass, and
I feel like I'm back at SEMA.
Definitely got the Maxxis thing.
I love it.
Little lanyard there. I was pulling that out when we were talking about the SEMA the other night. So we did see our friend Rosie. Who's I was just going to ask you, the friend of the show, Rosie. You had to let me know if she was there.
Absolutely, just killing it. She's amazing.
Was she friendly?
Duh.
I know.
Hugs me right away. She makes me feel so.
She's always It's always fun talking to Rosie, because she's not ever in a bad mood. At least she doesn't show it. Yeah.
No, at Latin Fire. I love it. And I got to introduce to Javier, which I've been dying to do. So, and Maxxis had 3 big booths there. I struck out the first 2 booths, and because they were like, keep going. It's the other one. Keep going. It's the other one. I was like, oh my gosh, they had all 3 haulers there. They all looked the same. But then I finally found her. So,
Oh yeah. So next year she needs to tie a balloon, like you do with your kid, so you can find them. A Rosie balloon. Oh, and we don't want to forget about one of our reoccurring advertisers, Real Truck.
Yes. Oh, it was such a great experience with them. So their booth, it was right when you walked into the West Hall. I mean, bam, right in front of your face. This huge setup. I think they had 10 vehicles. One was is it Jermaine Wade, the basketball player? They did a build for him, Wade. That's his last name. Sorry, I'm mispronouncing here, but they did a build on his truck that was showcased. All different types of vehicles, from Bronco to Jeep to trucks. Real Truck.
Oh yeah, Real Truck does all the stuff. They advertise with us because they're trying to get more into the Jeep market. So they got lots of Jeep stuff over there, realtruck.com. And you actually got to talk to Real Truck about some connections on future things.
And we'll talk about that soon, guys. But keep February open. Real Truck is coming to Ohio, it looks like, with their 18-wheeler. We'll see.
Very, very cool. And I think Jeep Talk Show helped that happen, right? I mean, to get you over there and talk to the folks and
being able to
finding the wrong Todd.
Right. Every time. Like, every Todd I looked for was the wrong Todd.
Yeah.
Sorry, Todds. But honestly, Tony, you gave me the confidence to be able to go speak with them, because I got to say, I've read your ads on the Jeep Talk Show.
I gave you an in because you're with the Jeep Talk Show, and you could say, hey, yeah, absolutely. That's cool.
And they were so excited. They loved that part. And, I got to flash the badge. So it was pretty cool. But a great setup. And everyone worked so hard there, no matter what size booth you were in, from the technology side to the car side. Every single person works so hard every day. Show life is tough. It seems like it's a party all the time.
No,
it's hard. It's just downright hard.
There's setup, there's breakdown, the walking, my God, the walking, and the hours you have to put in, because you're there all day, and then you have to go to the parties at night, because it's a lot of business is done.
It is.
Besides monkey business, a lot of actual business goes on. And there's nothing wrong. There's nothing wrong with having fun while you're doing business.
Oh, for sure. I definitely had a great time. But there's some people, I don't know how they do it. Like, they actually legit party and then go then do the show all day and then go do it again. And I'm like, oh, that's just not me, but that's okay. But it was really neat actually meeting JTS hosts in person.
Absolutely. I think there was, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 or 6 people out there from JTS. And every year,
and it was like all of a sudden we were just there, like, together. It was like, oh my gosh.
Well, I'm glad you guys found each other too, because I think it's been the last 3 years. It's been between 5 and 7 Jeep Talk Show people. That we didn't send them. They just went, and they're out there promoting the show. And I know Greg Henderson was just talking everybody's ear off about the Jeep Talk Show.
It was so funny. I was so excited to see him, and I was a little bit nervous too, because it's Greg, right? Like, it's Greg. He's larger than life, and it's Monday afternoon, and there he is. And I've been knew about his journey, on the mopeds. Were they mopeds?
Yes.
Okay, the moped journey, and someone dressed in a hot dog suit. The whole story, guys.
49cc Honda Ruckuses.
That's what it was.
Yep.
Oh my gosh. And I think he had just really pretty much gotten there, and he was surrounded by people, including Holly, Mischief Maker. And I'm like, I can't believe where I'm at right now. Like, look who I'm staring at, having these conversations. I look like the creeper in the background, but I was like, oh my God.
Greg plays all that stuff down too.
I know. I was so proud of him.
I'll be talking to him about stuff, and he goes, so-and-so was talking to me about the Jeep Talk Show. And I'm like, good God. I try to tell him, I try to impress him with some of the people that we've talked to, or Chris has talked to, and he already knows them. He's already done business with them.
Oh yeah.
So it's,
we hung out at Forfest. Like, it was just like nothing, Yeah. He's cool though. He's so cool. Very
approachable. Just don't step on his bare feet when he's walking around in the snow.
Definitely not. Or, don't let the breeze hit him the wrong way in that kilt. I learned a lot.
So I did a logo for one of the episodes. That actually is the roundtable episode where we talked about the unofficial road to SEMA, which was the moped thing. We talked about that on the most recent roundtable. And I took a picture of Greg kind of squatting down next to the mopeds with his kilt on. And I came this close to photoshopping in a blue ribbon. hanging out from underneath the kilt.
Oh, I know what you're talking about now. I learned all about the blue ribbon.
So I'll tell you, like,
I kind of wish you would have.
I know I told you this already, but whenever you see the blue ribbon, you yank that blue ribbon like you're starting a Honda motorcycle. I mean, a lawnmower.
Oh my God, I love it. Oh, maybe next time.
All right. So,
but yeah, SEMA was amazing. So thank you all so much. And thank you for the walkabout, Tony. That was so much fun. I got to do that with you.
Yeah, we need to do more of that. And we're going to do one at High Lift because I want people to be able to walk around and see. And also, too, you can get some people there set up to, that you can interact with.
Absolutely.
Accidentally.
My guys are very excited. They have it on the shop now. They're wonderful. Thank you to my team. But Mike, come on, get on the show, okay?
Well, we may be seeing him soon, so that'll be really great.
The gear build, guys, we're going to feature it.
But we got Natalie, so I mean, it's all downhill from that, right?
I look better, so it's all right. Just kidding.
Natalie, thank you so much for being here. Tell the kids, how they'd love to see the social media, the pictures and stuff. Where can they find you and High Lift on the social media?
So you can find us at High Lift Off-Road. It's just High Lift Off-Road, all one word, guys, on Instagram and Facebook, and highliftoffroad.com.
Check them out, highliftoffroad.com. You'll see a lot of stuff there, and I highly recommend you guys ship so that people can buy online and they can be shipped out to you. You don't have to go to the store. So check it out.
But we do all the install too. So if
absolutely.
you're willing to ship your vehicle to us or just drive it a couple hours, or we'll pick you up within a certain radius. Makes it really easy, and our special team does it.
And you can drive
Off-road
back.
Pros. Here we go.
And you can be driven back in the special Tesla tube that not everybody knows, Tesla tunnel that everybody knows about.
Oh my gosh, I'm telling you, it was so cool, guys. Like, check it out.
Natalie, have a great night. Thank you very much for being our guest here on this interview.
Thank you. Happy Friday and SEMA 2025. Here we go.